everyone. Welcome back. This is Jen, and we are on our 37th weekly call, #UpandRocking. I am Jen, your host and a fellow co-founder of UpRock. I'm going to bring on stage two lovely gentlemen. You've seen their faces many times.
Hey.
Say hello to Jesse. What's up, Jesse?
Good morning.
And with the cigar, coming hot with the cigar, Chris. What's up, Chris?
Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing?
Why you have a sexy voice this morning?
I don't know. There's not enough cigars to get the sexy out of my voice yet.
That's a nice karaoke voice. Speaking of music, we got no new lobby. I'm kind of digging our lobby music, but yeah, we can do something new.
I don't know exactly what to do about that, because on one hand, it's nice to have new music. On the other hand, it kind of gets me in the mood every week, you know?
Yeah, it's like a thing. Yeah. Hey, what's new?
Yeah, we need some new. I would like to have some new music. I just I don't know how to make music. But I don't know, what kind of music would you guys like to hear? Would you like? You
know, it's funny. I've actually tried some of the AI. I've tried some of the AI music studios. They're actually not bad. We can actually. They're a little bit weird, but some of the stuff actually, they're kind of jingles, but some of them it's okay. Yeah. Hey, wow, a lot of people from.
A lot of folks. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Good morning.
Good to see you all.
What's new? Okay, all right. Some guys really excited about what's new.
Hey, so what's up, guys? Okay. How was your Monday? How's your week been with the new big change in America?
Yep. Well, I think like most of us, we all miss Trump coin.
Oh God, yeah.
And Millennium coin, and last night I missed Vine coin, so that's awesome. No, but overall, I did a conference in Seattle, and the whole conference talk was what's in store, what's your predictions for 2025, and so my recap there was one, it's to have a pro crypto president is actually great for the industry. And this time it's real because he launched his own meme coin and he has an NFT. And what that means, I think, my prediction is a lot of my friends that really wanted to launch a token in the US, but they were so scared to do so, will actually do it now. They feel like they can do it. If the president can do it, you can do it. Which also means you're not spending all your money, your startup money on legal fees, because you raise $1 million and 100,000 or more go to like just a law firm just to cover your ass, and even the lawyers don't really know what they're doing because nothing is clear. So that's going to be great. You just don't waste so much money. I think the idea of having to create companies in like British Virgin Islands and everywhere else, and just because everyone's so nervous, I hope that goes away. So that's great. So I think that's going to be pretty powerful this year for 2025. And of course, AI and DePIN is going to keep going. But yeah, that's the main thing. I think it's all getting started, and so I feel pretty excited about it overall. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound super excited.
Yeah. What else? I think another thing is kind of interesting prediction. Ever since FTX went down, I think because of the AI agents, I think there's going to be some centralized, decentralized exchange, like hybrid, that will give Coinbase a run for their money. Because Coinbase is so big, and they're always number one in the US. But because it's so big now, they move very slow on everything. So all the cool, innovative stuff in crypto, whether it's meme coins or pump fund or DeFi or AI agents, like Coinbase just doesn't touch any of it. So by the time they get a token, it's already at $1 billion valuation. So it's like not a lot of upside, just very, very safe. So I think there's a big gap for someone to do a very, by the books, based in America, fill the gaps of the FTX and also, but be a little more safer than like gambling on pump fund. So I think that could happen this year. Like, it might come out of nowhere because you can actually have all these AI agents do a lot of cool things and expose you to a lot of good stuff out there and experimental things in a safer way that Coinbase will never touch, or they would, but they'll just take them forever.
Yeah.
So big. So yeah, those are kind of my predictions for this year, and obviously UpRock's can keep rocking. Yeah.
Well, yeah, those are predictions. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
I think I agree with you on a lot of that, Jesse. I also think what you're really going to see is, I tell people this all the time. I live in the middle of the country, not the exact middle, but definitely not near the coast. And I think uh, it's continually shocking to me how much crypto has gone mainstream. And I mean
Yeah.
mainstream by people who drive trucks and work at waffle houses
Yeah.
and and all through different stratas of society and different typical groups and stuff like that. And it's just in some ways it's just starting because right now it's really hard. I actually think one of the more interesting things that has happened lately is and just sort of a pre-sign of what I expect to be better because I don't
Yeah.
think it's particularly good. But PayPal launched their Pi USD stablecoin, which is available through Venmo and through the PayPal app. And honestly, for better or for worse, that might be one of the best crypto on ramps for a lot of people in North America right now, because at least, that the downside is a lot of these, there have been crypto ATMs springing up and stuff, but a lot of them have super high fees, like many multiple percent. And so
Yeah.
it's really unattractive. And so what I predict is that in a more stable regulatory environment, you're going to see more of uh, the big sort of money apps like Cash App or Square or things like that. Maybe even some of the big banks start to make it a lot easier to transfer to and from crypto.
Yeah.
So that not because right now there's definitely, at least in North America, there's an on ramp and off ramp problem. Crypto's great once you've got crypto.
Yeah.
Getting it in and out often involves going to a very sketchy ATM in a very sketchy location and but literally physically putting cash in or something like that. So I expect to see a lot more integration with more traditional financial.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree with that a lot. I think also the AI agent thing right now feels like a trend, but I think that there are really serious and smart people building things. I think this year, I'm not sure how soon, but everything moves so fast. This will be the first time. I think one AI agent will come out that you will trust to speak on your behalf and spend on your behalf. Because right now people don't do that. You might allow it to like tweet for you, but you're not going to really allow an AI agent to just do emails for you, and you're not going to really allow an agent to like give $100 and just spend your money without blowing. You're probably too nervous to blow it. So I think there's going to get to the point where an AI agent is going to be able to speak for you while you're sleeping and spend money, or at least save you money at first. So I think that's going to happen this year too, because so many people are working on it, and yeah, and a lot of the early adopters are going to make the mistakes, and people will learn fast. So I'm excited. That's be interesting. I'm excited about that. And of course, all the deep end projects from last year, they all got funded last year, and now this is the year where the deep end projects. It's like you got to prove, you got to basically been building all year long. Now this is the year you got to prove it. Last year was all about supply, building up the network, and this year is about like, okay, can you build a demand? Can you actually get revenue? Can you actually get people to buy the resources that the community is generating together? I think this is the year to prove it. And so, yeah, so those two combinations can be very powerful. AI plus deepen is not just a trend. It's like, I think it's a very powerful use case, and probably one, and in many cases, it's a better way of building, products that are that bridge the virtual and the digital world, or the virtual and the physical world. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I think those are some great predictions. I think the one that you just said about the having AI agents to spend money for you, I think that is definitely, we'll definitely see some products get launched this year, but I don't think the adoption of that's going to happen until earliest next year. But saving you money for sure. I would still be nervous about having something just send an email on my behalf. I'm getting more comfortable with it, but I certainly don't foresee myself this year being okay with it spending money on my behalf, unless my my bags were so healthy that it wouldn't matter. So maybe that will happen this year. But anyway, so maybe I definitely think that saving you money would be a thing that would be adopted right away this year once it's released. Next year, spending the money. All right, well, let's get into it. We did actually. Let me get this slide back up. Okay, so quick agenda, introductions, highlights. We're going to be in Catstanbul. Well, not the three of us, but three other members of our team, our fellow co-founders.
Nice.
There's some product updates. We have a Prism update, and I believe there's a DePioneers update as well. I will have to take a look forward in the slides for that. And then that's it for today. But we also have a demo, so that is going to be fun to share with you guys. Let's just get into it, fellas. Jesse, this week you are going to the DPIN Day Summit or DPIN Day in Seattle.
Yeah.
Right? This Saturday?
Yeah. So Genzio Media, there's like it's like a high quality TV production type studio in Kirkland, Washington, and they did it a few months ago last year, and it was pretty awesome. And so they're gonna do it again. First one of the event, first year. I haven't slept last night, so a little tired. But yeah, it's the first one of the year, and quite a few DePin companies come flying to it. So I think IoTeX guys will be there.
Oh, nice.
A lot of high quality DePin projects will be there. So it's great for us to all kind of reconnect for the first of the year. And we're going to talk all things AI and DePin probably. So yeah, looking forward to it. It's a really high quality production that they do. And we'll put out the content when it's ready. But that's Saturday. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, did you say that they're going to be streaming any of this live?
I think last time they did both, some live and some like a little mix.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's high production, so I think some of it will be, they're gonna edit it a little bit.
Post production, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if there are live links, we'll be sure to share those on x.com/twittercom, and on our Discord and Telegram and all those other channels, because you have to have lots of channels these days. All right. And then
GeoNet will be there too. I think Conduit Network, GeoNet, IoTeX, like a bunch of others.
A ton of folks.
Yeah.
That's going to be a packed one.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
Well, we're looking forward to that. Okay, then we have just the other day, I think it was yesterday, the day before, Jess, you went to TF Labs and you talked about what we just talked about.
Yeah.
What's in store for 2025?
Yeah, we did that. So this is, so if you're in the Seattle area or Washington State, it's a very small crypto community. But TF Labs is the only one that really throws consistent community events almost every month. And so if you want to network and you want to learn about Web3 or just connect with people, or you just moved here or something like that, this is the best one. There's a Telegram chat, and you can go on x.com to find it. But it's TF Labs. And so Jonathan's really awesome, good friend of mine. And I'm actually live only a few blocks away, so I can roll home afterwards. After all the free beer. So it's great for that. But no, it's amazing. And this was a fun event. So again, it was just predictions for 2025. So I already recapped that. But yeah, if you're in Seattle area, definitely check them out.
Yeah, TF Labs folks. So yeah, go to Seattle. You'll likely see Jesse at the events.
Yeah.
Maybe you might see me occasionally.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're often on you're often going to those and sharing your insights and on panel and stuff. So it's really nice to see. So that video is up on X as well. So we've retweeted it. You'll find that video. Okay, I just want to point out, look at this jacket. Look at this jacket, Jesse. Can I zoom in? I don't know how to zoom in on this, but that looks like a very comfortable jacket.
Yeah, it makes you look buff, but there's nothing.
Would we call that a jacket or a snuggie?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I worked out hard that day. You know what I mean? Normally I wear a medium, so I look buff. But when you wear a big coat, it also does the same thing. You
suddenly look like a toddler or something with a big coat.
Yeah.
Well, it looks comfortable as hell, though. So, and who am I to judge? Okay, and then the big one, the UpRock crew. So Ridvan, Tufi, and Sir Raz are heading over. Well, they're not heading. They live in Turkey, but they're in Catstanbul. And so they're there for the unconference. They're going to be talking about Prism. We're also doing a selfie challenge. So we're giving away 100,000 UPT in rewards, and there will be details on X for that. But that will be an in-person event challenge, and so keep an eye out on X for that for the details. It will come out soon if it's not out already by this morning. But anyway, go. If you are going to Istanbul for Catstanbul, let us know and hang out with Tufi, Ridvan, and Sir Raz. They are, like I said, they live in Turkey, and they have lived, or some still live in Istanbul, so they know all the good spots.
Yeah, honestly, if you're going to visit and it's your first time, they love to connect with people. So if you, even for questions like restaurants or anything like that, definitely message them.
Yeah, I've noticed that. So there's a lot of folks having a hard time getting their visas to go into Istanbul, and Tufan did a lot of help trying to work with agencies to get their visas approved. I don't know what ended up happening with that. I know there was a lot of back and forth, but he was trying really hard to help people. I saw him working with the Jupiter teams, like, hey, let's try to get your attendees in. So that's really cool of you, Tufan. Thank you for doing that for folks. All right. And next we have some product updates, folks. Before I get into the next slide, which I believe is about something else. Okay. Yeah. So real quick, I don't have a slide for this, but real quick, iOS update. Hallelujah. It got accepted. So we have an update.
I was about to say we got a lot of stuff to show off this week, but boy, waking up to see that email was real nice.
Yeah.
So iOS finally got approved, y'all. No longer is it held back by the reviewers. We couldn't ship it with the games, which is great because it's such an awesome way to earn a lot of UPT, and you're just playing games you probably already have installed. But we're going to figure that out later. Right now, there's a bunch of updates that were held back because of it. And so at least we got those out because there's a lot of passive tasks, even like that's an uptime. All these things were held back. So finally, I feel like we need some sound effects in our library. A little bit of or something.
Yeah, I need a little control pad, like what the have, like a little control pad. I could just hit the button.
And it's not all just little updates like that. There is a new earning opportunity for users to earn real UPT rewards from doing shopping you're already doing. So while we didn't ship the games in this one, we did ship some new shopping rewards that are really very generous and that we're really looking forward for everybody to try out.
Yep.
Yes, they're called cashback deals. I should connect my phone to this,
right.
But this is what you get.
The Kraken has been released.
Boom. So check that out. Happy to have that out. Oh my gosh, Owner worked so hard. Oh my gosh. I mean, we all did, but Owner, poor guy, he was the first line of defense.
Yeah.
I mean, he got some great care out of that. But thank you, Owner. Thank you for the whole team, and thank you everyone for being patient, because that was an ordeal. I mean, that was since last year.
Yeah, and nuts.
So far, I got to say, it's been a nice
some companies only have an iOS app. I can't imagine just getting screwed over by iOS for like months, and then you just whole things go. That's horrible. So luckily, we had a lot of installs on Android and every other platform. But yeah, this is a good deal because iOS, they're harder. We always knew this about iOS, but this is really important one because there's a lot of stuff just behind the scenes that are enable other passive tasks too. Because we have a lot of stuff coming with Prism. And all those data tasks that are coming with Prism weren't going to be enabled on iOS until we got this approved. So that's also awesome.
Yeah. Well, and the real challenge with the iOS review process, sure, I get Apple wants to keep, a high level of quality and security and stuff. The bigger problem is that, this is what happens when things are done in the dark and there's no due process and they don't actually explain their reasons. Because I think it finally came out on our third phone call with one of the reviewers or something, that they just had a misapprehension about how something worked, and that they'd probably made a private note about that. But instead of telling us like, hey, here's the reasons, here's our problems, then we could have instantly just been like, guys, I think you just read something wrong. It went on for months. And when somebody like let this slip in a conversation, we were like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, doesn't it do that? And we're like, no, never has. And they're like, oh. So, this is really... I don't suppose anyone from Apple's listening, but if you just write down the reasons, people can answer them. Then easy.
Yeah.
I think it was Apple Intelligence. I think Apple Intelligence did it. Apple Unintelligence made a flag, just like the healthcare insurance companies do. They made a false flag, and it just didn't.
Anyway, it's out. It's out.
It's out. I should stop talking because the next release they're going to be like, I heard what you said, Jen. And okay, so anyway, it's out. Very happy to have that. All right, and so we have more updates too. So we are doing a new update for. We're doing a revamp. The second one, we're doing a revamp on the website. So here's just a sneak peek of that, of just the hero section. The whole thing is been redone. So that will be out shortly, probably either today or tomorrow, certainly by this weekend. I got to tell you guys, it has been like it's been a minute since I've opened my text editor. And so I use VS Code. And then this time I started using Cursor.
Yeah, Cursor's awesome.
Cursor's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know Cursor. Cursor it's like your code editor, but it has a built-in AI chat. And the best part of it is it has a context builder that's pretty sweet. So it actually, you can drop in links. So you can drop in GitHub repos, or you can drop in like a link to a site that actually you can grab it. And you can also drop in images. And so let's say you're working on the site and then the color's wrong or the padding's wrong. Instead of having to look at a CSS library and waste all that time, you just screenshot your own work, drop the image in, and be like, hey, fix this.
Wait,
and the AI will be like, yeah, the padding sucks. Here's how you do it. And then apply changes. And so that context builder is pretty crazy. So I didn't
know you could do that. You could just give a screenshot.
Yeah. So GitHub's the Copilot one is okay. I've tried that one, but Cursor, it's that context builder that's awesome, because you can literally say answer this question just based on like this, like copy paste this bit of code, or you can say, or I want you to scan the entire code base and plus this image and plus this link, and then give me a feedback. Yeah, so that's why Cursor is moving so fast, and they raise.
I love this. Jen started by going on about how awesome it is, and then she didn't even know about the screenshotting.
I did not know about that.
I don't love Cursor as much as you guys do, but I don't work with UI very much. I mostly work with much lower level code, and I love the way in Copilot that you can pull in information from certain libraries and stuff like that. So for me, for the kind of coding that I do a lot of, Copilot works better. But I can totally see. Yeah, Jesse, I think you texted me at like 2:00 in the morning. You're like, oh my God, you can give it screenshots. This was a while ago. And I was like, oh, we're so in trouble now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. I mean, I already thought Figma, oh, that's cool. Figma has developer mode. Then I can use the code that it spits out when I make a design or something on Figma as a basis. It just gets me started, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, that was already cool. And now I tried Cursor. I was like, oh wait, this is even better. And now I know I can do screens. I don't even know. I feel like Figma might be in big trouble, because for designers or designers who don't program or who don't code at all.
Yeah.
Would just be a quicker way to prototype.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like Figma
if you know what you're doing though, like I think if you're a beginner designer, you still need to sketch things out and see it all every screen. But if you've been doing it for a while, straight to prototyping is probably a lot of time. Yeah. But yeah, Chris, if you like it, I everyone listening, if you guys haven't tried Cursor, like even if you're doing the low level stuff, it actually can pull in a lot of links, and it does a pretty good job of scanning even the sub pages of it. Like I'm impressed sometimes, because sometimes I'll do that with Copilot and it'll literally give me an error and say, sorry, I cannot scan that site, or I can't go further than this, or I'm blocked. It says that, which Cursor doesn't. So anyway,
okay. Well,
and I also think Cursor is really maybe this is oversimplifying, but it's really well trained on like JavaScript, CSS sort of front end stuff. So I'd say if you're working more with front end technologies, then it might be the place to start. Certainly, my advice to everybody is if you're coding and you're not using an AI coding assistant, then I'd say you're really doing yourself a disservice. I think it makes for me, it lets me stay in the flow. I don't have to spend nearly as much time going to Stack Overflow to check something or looking at documentation and all that kind of stuff. It just keeps me in the flow and I can just keep cruising.
Yeah. Yep.
This reminds me, a long time ago, I had this issue and I checked on Stack Overflow and I couldn't, it was a very unique issue. And I was like searching everywhere. I found a similar question and answer on Stack Overflow. And then I realized it was a question I had asked myself like years prior to that. Like, oh, I'm just finding this. I never learned the answer. And here I am a few years later, found my own question and the old answer.
Well, I don't know if you remember, there was a time where one of somebody else on our team was on Stack Overflow looking something up, and later on they pinged me. They're like, "Hey, I found your Stack Overflow answer from like 4 years ago. It still works."
Oh yeah, there was another trick that we would do. if you were stuck on something, you would ask the question on Stack Overflow. You create a different account and purposely give the wrong answer.
Really bad answer.
Fucked answer. And then all the engineer people respond with the right answer.
They're so pissed off. They're so offended at the stupid answer that they'll finally give a shit and give you a good answer. Yeah. That's a good trick.
That was a good trick. Yeah. Now we don't need it anymore. Now we got.
I just realized you guys did that to me.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
What is the way they say? What's the engineer is like a pig in fighting with an engineer is like fighting with a pig in mud. After a while, you realize the pig likes it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on, guys. We got some more demos here to show.
Yeah.
All right,
we have an actual demo to show. Let's get to the demo. That's what the people are here for.
Yeah, they're not here to hear us riff. All right, Prism. Let's talk about Prism. And who's showing this demo? Who wants to keep this?
I can do the screenshot since I have them loaded right now. 1 second. Not screenshot. I mean share screen. Let's see here. Okay. So one, I think this is going to go live before Catstanbul. So yeah, I saw the question earlier. I forgot who asked it, but we are launching Prism at Catstanbul, and so this is actually the live. It's on local right now, but we're going to make it live probably tonight, maybe tomorrow, the latest, because the show starts the weekend. So the UpRock.com site that Jen's working on, it also looks really awesome, and there's going to be a mention of Prism there as well, because currently the UpRock.com site is very consumer focused and doesn't mention the B2B side, or it doesn't even mention how the two actually work together. And so we want to lay that out a little better on the UpRock.com side, and then I'll link to this B2B portal, which will be at prism.uprock.com. And so you can see here, we'll give a little features, who we're backed by, so some social cred there, some our major highlights, and then some frequently asked questions. What's going to be great about this is actually has an interactive demo. So if you want to see the dashboard, this is going to be a really great sales tool. People can actually go in here and actually see what the dashboard looks like. Kind of explains the features here. I'm going to show you the demo as well, but this is a really great sales tool so people can see all about it and why a deepened powered uptime monitoring, speed test, and distributed computing service is way more powerful the Web3 way, and why you should switch to UpRock versus what you're doing today with Web 2. So pretty cool. So yeah, this is about to be live soon, UpRock Prism, and then I go right to the demo. So let me switch to the tab. Uno momento.
Oh. A little warning before you take off the screen. I was all like intently looking at my screen, my computer's face. Little warning.
I knew that was gonna happen. That's hilarious. Okay. All right, you guys see this? Okay, so
yep.
This is the dashboard. Yeah, so
that's great.
So there's regular uptime, and both of these services are going to be combined, where you can just kind of see one, but really where the magic is distributed uptime. So since we're going to the Jupiter Catstanbul, we actually our target for the monitoring service is their website, so we can show it to them, because we're going to go there and close some deals with a lot of companies that that are using status pages that are powered by Atlassian. This is a far superior product. So we're going to show this one, but really the distributed uptime is what's going to be awesome. So we have one for Jupiter, we'll have one for Solana, and here you go. What's going to be awesome about this is, one, you can see the average response time. You can check, how often it checks, the last check. You can see how much total UPT is burned by this service, which is be awesome. So, every time someone actually uses one of these services or pays for it, it burns UPT. So we always keep the token central to our ecosystem, and you can see by week, by month. This is all real data, guys. These are all pings of the network, millions of devices around the world helping power this thing, which is awesome. And then we have these kind of scrolling, just basic device information, because we thought it'd be really cool to share this with customers. That wow, this is real device, real browser peers around the world that are actually helping you provide the superior granular data of uptime monitoring, speed tests, and distributed compute power that you need to really have a observability for website performance and monitoring. So yeah, so this is all real. You can see here response times from Korea, Bangkok, Canada, just and it just keeps going. So pretty awesome. Chris, you want to talk about a little bit here? Much or
Yeah, absolutely. Go back to the most granular response times one. I think this is really interesting. Something that a lot of people may not realize is that when you're looking at a traditional uptime monitoring, there's a lot of averaging and a lot of just looking from a few locations, and so you see a pretty fast response time. And yet, this is actually generally a pretty fast website that we're looking at. I think most people would say it's pretty functional. But when you start looking at actually a global average of how fast is it for real users all around the world, suddenly it's not 100 milliseconds or 200 milliseconds. It's really more like 700 milliseconds. So there's some things that they could do to make it faster if they want to. But this shows the wide range of real world performance. There was one I noticed just when this demo started. There was a callback. I think that was a Belgian flag that was 16 seconds. So obviously some network there. But this is also why it's really important to have a wide range of devices. And this map shows you just how wide the UpRock global network is. Because it's so cool that you can almost, like, especially in this color, at least on my screen right now, you can barely see the outline of the continents, but you can still see the outline of the continents just from all of the pings, all of the devices that are accessing the network and doing this testing here. And we're continuing to roll out, obviously, with iOS. We're just doing another release. We'll have another Android release soon, so more and more devices will be joining this here. But this is a fully functional end-to-end, using the power of the distributed network and the power of our community to offer something that really doesn't exist elsewhere. And let me just say, obviously, I've worked a lot on the low-level parts of this and bringing it all together, but you guys have done, I think, a great job. I think this looks super slick, and it looks really, really good.
And obviously our partner is Blue Wave. They're amazing. We're so excited, and they're a huge contributor to open source software, and so it's been a real pleasure to work with them. And because there is a lot of competitors out there in this space, so partnering with some amazing companies like them is great. So they've really helped accelerate this. And by the way, you can see here like how the UPT burned by each time we ping a device. So we really want to show that, like, this is awesome. This is totally different than the Web 2 versions. And what I love about this is, the UpRock team, before UpRock, we also co-founded the world's first and largest adult app store, which is basically a third-party app store. And we also launched a crypto browser, had built-in VPN, and it was a mobile browser. And both of those things they're consumer apps, and they really require speed. And speed is the killer feature for consumer apps. It needs to be fun fast. And I would have loved to have something like this for both of those startups, because in every country we'll see, like, why is our bounce rate so bad in this country, or how come we're not converting in this country? Is the product fast enough over here? And you don't get that kind of real good, like, high resolution data from just the current Web 2 uptime monitoring services. And so we wanted to always create this kind of world map of how our products are doing or performing around the world. And we never had something like this. And I know if I had to choose between one or the other and they cost the same, I would 100% choose this one. But I just know, like, I would be, Chris is also a speed freak. And when he builds something, he wants to make it as fast as hell. And
speed freak, am I?
Yeah, yes, you are. And sometimes we don't know. We don't know how sometimes our product is actually doing, especially a VPN browser. We weren't sure if, like, is this country really slow or this city's slow, and we'd have to just rely on our customers to tell us first. And that's the worst, when our customers say, hey, you're down in this city, or you're not performing, your website sucks in our town. Like, that's the worst experience. We should know that first, get pinged. Our team should get pinged, and then we should be able to solve that quicker, because we now know where should we beef up our servers, or beef up our attention. So this is why it's awesome, because every company on earth that's online, the whole world's your customers now, right? And the more data, the better. So yeah, I just know, like I said, we always want this world, like, domination map. It's just amazing at a picture. It's hard when you have so much data, and we're going to get better at it over time to figure out the best way to help people visualize all this data, because you want to be able to drill down. And when you have so many devices pinging, it can get a little messy. So we're going to figure out how to really, like, give you a good picture at a glance, and then when you want to drill down, you can drill down. So these are UI challenges, but it's a fun one. And but more importantly, it's just this deep empowered, deep and power uptime, speed test, distributed compute network is amazing. So yeah, we're excited about it. And the whole time people use it, all that revenue from these companies is constantly burning UPT, and we're putting that front and center. So it's going to always be here.
I'm just noticing a lot of callbacks from Thailand. Actually, there's more than I remember.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah. Anyway,
That sounds, yeah. There is a lot. What's happening there right now? But yeah, it's beautiful to see these nodes.
Yeah, and then
it's pretty cool. We're really excited. So yeah, like Jess said, likely we'll try to get this out by. Well, I mean, it has to be. We're doing demo, right? We're doing demo. They're doing demo at Catstanbul, so I mean, it will be out. So
people are going to be able to try this out. The goal is to get everyone to. First step is to just get a lot of our our goal is to get about 20 strong launch partners to basically replace their current status page. So you have your Uptime dashboard, which is private. It has a lot more information that you probably don't want the whole world to see. This is just for you and your engineering team. But then you have a public status page, which just is kind of like bragging rights and say, hey, our network is up. It's also a customer service tool. People can check to see, hey, is your site down? Then they can go see it. Just like status.solana.com, you can go see is Solana network up or down. Currently, those are powered by Alagian or other companies like that. Again, like a far inferior way of doing it. So our mission is to talk to these people at Catstanbul, get them to sign up, replace that Web 2 version with the deep and power version that's built on Solana. And we have a lot of great interest there. So that's going to be great marketing for us because those status pages are public. And it's a really strong showcase. Back to like, what is 2025 about? Well, last year we were building. This year we actually show off products and why, like a real serious business use case for DePin. Why this is powerful. So I think we can get. I think we'll get a lot of support for that because people are always constantly looking for, hey, yeah, cool, you have a network, you have all the supply, but what are you doing with all that data? Well, here's amazing, actual, powerful use case that every online company on the earth uses one of these products.
Yeah. We were saying earlier, like this is the year you're going to start seeing like all these DePin products or projects and companies.
Yeah.
They were building in the last couple of years, and now this year we're seeing like the products actually like the real consumer products are not consumer, the enterprise products are coming out. So that's going to be a great year. And it's only January, guys. I mean, that's a lot to happen.
Yeah, so that's why it's so powerful. You have, on one side, where our mission is to build the world's best rewards program, where it's so fun to use. You're earning passive income. There's also ways to do some active tasks. You're so fun to use that you're willing to tell your friends and family, and that helps us grow their network at a good, an efficient way. Everyone's, token incentivized to help keep the network growing and strong. And then as you guys do that, we're able to go out and sell those the data that we're able to get to that network through products like this. So right now you can see on the left here, uptime, distributed uptime. These are pretty far along. Page speed or speed test, essentially. We already do that in all the mobile apps. And so now you're going to have a place where you can see that. And then we'll have some infrastructure and incidents and maintenance. Incidents and maintenance, but basically if something goes down, you want to see the report, right? And you want to be able to do something about it. And so what that means is alert system. And so alert system is like SMS, email, and text messages. That's also, we're working on that as well. So your team, and most likely like stuff like Slack bots are coming as well. But, your team needs to be able to not just have to always log in and see if something's wrong. You should be able to get alert as soon as it happens so you can check it real quickly and fix something before your customers find out, right? That's the whole point. So, we had a really good grant proposal. Someone wants to actually use AI to be able to over time see all the data and provide like proactive measures. Say, hey, you tend to be slow in this times of day, or you tend to be slow in these geos. Here's what I recommend. Also AI, just an AI recommendation engine. So an analysis. So say, hey, here's all your report, and you just summarize it, and you can talk to that agent to explain like, hey, what's happening here? So that's actually a grant proposal that just came in. We're talking to that person right now, and they're fleshing out a little more. But I think they're probably gonna, if they,
Yeah, I really love this idea. One of the problems when you have too much data is it can be
yeah,
hard to really grok all of it. And so,
yeah,
like, hey, you set this up and you're using our great community powered network that all of you guys are contributing to. But then the problem is, looking at a graph like this, it can be really hard to break it down. And so you can potentially end up spending a lot of time breaking it down manually. But I think this is a great use for AI. Sometimes I feel like AI gets just thrown into a lot of things, but in this one I love this grant proposal because, as somebody who's, I'm sure you guys do as well, but, when we're busy and we're launching things, and sometimes it's easy to, we only sometimes really dive into the data when there's a serious problem. And it would be great if we could get like a, proactive daily report whenever that kind of dives in a little and that has taken some time to analyze all this data and say like, hey, you should, work on this or work on that. And,
yeah. Yep. Yeah. And do fault. And then you can ask a question back. It's not just a report. It's a report you can talk to. That's awesome. It's like takes it to a whole new level. So that's awesome. Yeah. So I think that's it. So we're going to share this with Catstanbul team. And so next week we'll let you know how that goes, but we're pretty excited about it. Also, Roz got a speaking opportunity. So I think we're going to actually do a demo and not just kind of go around and talk with people. We're actually going to present there. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So who's going to be on stage there? Is it Sir Roz or is it all three? Who we got on? Do you know?
You know what? Probably Roz will do most of the talking, but I'm guessing Tufan might go up and tech support.
We'll be glad to see them. Yeah, we'll be sure to share the links when we have. Oh, hey, Roz.
Thanks, Roz.
Roz,
Other
here's
Roz.
another Roz. What's up, Roz? Roz Barra. Nice to see you, man. Good to see you here.
Yep.
And nice to see you too. I don't know how to pronounce your Rajan. I'm probably getting that wrong. But anyways, good to see you. It is the year of the power of AI for sure. And just as a reminder, folks, so everything we were talking about, we showed you with Prism, and this is an enterprise product, and we'll have enterprise clients and customers. That all ties it back into our tokenomics. And again, I'll share a link right here to our tokenomics. It's uprock.com/tokenomics. And so really we designed this so that I think it was pretty more fleshed out than we've seen in a lot of other projects. But the way this works, like when we have a B2B customer, like Prism revenue, 80% of that goes to buyback, 20% goes to the treasury. And that buyback, then there's 40% goes to, we have some that we have 40% go to burn, and it goes to the miners and goes to liquidity pools. So even if you are contributing to the network, you're using the apps, you're contributing to the network, that UPT you have, the more, that's these B2B customers will like drive up that value. So we're designed it in a way that it's a self-circulating ecosystem. So the more money we bring in from B2B, the more money or more value it brings to you, the consumer's token. So go check out our tokenomics. That's uprock.com/tokenomics for more on that. But yeah, and again, and also if you also know you or your company or your business are interested in something like that, hit like Prism, hit us up. We want to talk to you. Or if you are a developer and you are interested in the network, hit us up. We have grants available. So yeah. A lot of work here.
Great reminder, Jen. Yeah, if your company, we are going to do a big marketing launch with some great partners. So if you are interested in be part of that launch and do it together, we'd love to hear from you. So we're going to launch with some really great partners in the Solana ecosystem, maybe some other chains too, actually. But focus on some of our partners. We have a lot of friends in Solana, and if you have some ideas. We are looking at building an API. So like the UI that you see there is kind of self-service, but there are other companies out there that want to just be able to tap into our network. So we'd love to hear from you if you have some ideas.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Will the app be pre-installed on the new Solana phone? So we do talk to the Solana mobile team. There are some challenges because they have their dApp store, and their dApp store doesn't have some features that it conflicts a little bit with how our Android app is being built. So we have to solve that. But we do want to support it. So whether it's we want to support it. So
we've got several of the we've got a couple of the first Solana phones, and we've got several of the second ones on order, and we're gonna make supporting that we have support for that as an important part of our roadmap. But right now it's also it's a little bit less relevant. There's not that many Gen 1 sagas out there, and so just from a total ecosystem standpoint, it's been a little bit less important to prioritize that. But we definitely want to make sure that Saga phone users can use this from the Saga App Store, not just from the Play Store.
Yeah. And honestly, like Saga is such a great example of DePin too, because it was the first. It's one of the first phones where people are actually earning tokens and pays for the phone itself. It's like, and it's just a very powerful use case there. So, some of it was memes too, but I just know the Solana mobile team are really looking at a lot of DePin projects to make the Solana phone even more amazing, where you can actually pay for your phone bill. It's like the Helium Mobile is actually a great example of it, where if you have a Helium Mobile plan, you can actually almost half of the cost of a Helium Mobile plan, or sometimes the whole thing is covered by just having you run their app. Yeah, which is cool. So I have a Saga phone, I have a Helium Mobile plan, and I think I earn about a third of the billing cost back in mobile tokens, which is pretty cool. So
yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I think that we're about to wrap up here. We have an update from the Posse. So this is Posse, meaning the DePioneers group. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is what I would like to call a cat call from the Posse. Wow. They are looking for folks to join them on the cool cats, the galactic cats are looking for folks to join them on their mission. And what that means is, it's a big it's a list. If you are a dev, if you do UI UX, some React. If you are a Discord mod, you want to be a Discord mod, or if you like to make content for social media. It looks like it's a pretty wide range. They're just looking for folks to join. So go if you are interested in joining the Posse and saddling up, then over to the Discord and chat. And look for Late for Work. That's Tim. He is the head cat in charge.
Yeah. And I'll give you a quick update on folks who are also interested in the DePioneers side. I'm just going to do a quick update on what we're currently working on with the DePioneers team. Let me just show you that real quick. You guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So if you go to depioneers.com, there's quite a few changes we need to make. If you go to it today, you'll notice that it doesn't really explain much about the DePin DAO, what it means. Also, it doesn't mention very much. It used to do this, but we turned to more of a marketplace. But we need to get back to actually providing bios of all the DePin projects that are partners already, especially the ones that are in the pool. We do need to explain better the DPL 302, the actual protocol itself, what all the features are. Like we have features that no other hybrid NFT collection has out there, or a protocol. Like we have a rarity pool, and we don't even really emphasize that here. But if you click on here and you go to rarity, we actually have a rarity pool. So we are a true hybrid where you have it's backed by real actual assets, but also we want to keep in the fun aspect of the NFT. So we have a rarity level, and you get higher rewards based on the rarity. So we want to encourage people to actually get the cooler art, the more rare art, but also it's backed by assets, the DePin tokens. So right now we're doing a revamp of the site. We want to be able to explain that better. Have and focus a lot more on DePin, because you don't really get that much when you go to the homepage. And then also I want to clear up some of the marketplace as well. So we're past the public mint. We need to kind of consolidate some of these things, so we makes it really easy to explain what does it mean to swap, public mint, or adopt, or remint. So we get so many questions about that, and it shouldn't be that confusing. So we need to make that clearer. So if you're interested in helping us work on that, that's one of the cat calls out there, is looking for developers and UI folks to just help revamp this. Another thing too is like people always want to share their P&L, their profits, and we need to make it really easy when you go in, because a lot of people are in profit, and be able to go in one click, grab a screenshot, and share how much you're making on your NFTs or how much you're up. Like that's one of the best things in crypto. That's how people get excited, honestly. So we don't make that even easy. So we're gonna make that easy, and that's a big part of the fixing up the site. So that's that part. Besides that, behind the scenes, we are still making deals. We're talking to DePin people. This is why we're doing events like the DePin event this Saturday, because we want more people to be part of the DAO, and the more people in there, the better, because they can they have opportunities, whether they're airdrops or just early on tokens, or just learning about DePin projects, because there's so many out there. We also just want to make it a great place, a resource for education and a jumping point to learn more about the cool stuff that's happening this year.
Yeah.
So that's it for DePioneers. I just want a quick recap. We haven't done one for DePioneers in a while, but I thought since the beginning here, let you guys know what's our first priorities at 2025.
Yeah. And head over to the Discord, head over to X. So it's x.com/DPioneerCats it's plural cats. And yeah, like if you are interested in, joining and, helping out, like, please let us know. We are looking for, really just, we're open to a lot of stuff, but yeah, a lot of like Valam, you shared here just now, that, you just don't feel like perhaps, I mean, you shared a great, I think somebody just highlighted this, but each DePioneer NFT is backed by a cocktail Solana DePin tokens. Every NFT always has value in it and can be liquidated when you need. I don't know of any other NFT projects that has that. And, I think you made a good point. I think that people maybe just don't understand that aspect of DePioneers. And so if you are interested in joining, helping us get that word out, or, with social media, campaign manager, or helping as a mod, or if you're a developer, you want to help us with the front facing, or the website or something, like, yes, please let us know. We are definitely wanting to work with more folks. So join the Discord, look for Late for Work, or find them on X, Late for Work.
Well, and the other thing I want to point out, Valam's exactly right, but I want to point out one more point. There's all of those tokens that are contained inside the NFTs are right there on the blockchain in the DAO wallet, and all of the liquidation or reminting and all that happens right there on the blockchain. So you can join the community. You can get the benefits of all of the community sort of buying power and size and everything else. And there's no trusting us. You don't have to trust us to say yeah we really got all those tokens, but take our word for it. It's all right there in a contract on the blockchain. So you can go check it out right now if you want.
And it's a DePin DAO. This is why we love it. We focus on DePin. This is the whole point of it too. It's a great way to just immerse yourself in DePin world, right? And I also say because I don't know if you guys know this, but it's about 95% of the NFT holders stake their NFT. So it's a really strong holder community, and because of that, the tokens have a lot of people don't actually liquidate very often. So anyone who actually, like, if other DePin projects, if you're listening, it actually feels like a node. It feels like a staking, a validator node almost, because our UPT tokens that are in the pool have a very low sell pressure. People hold on to the NFTs; they don't liquidate very often. Because of that reason, we actually treat it as a staking pool as well. So I don't know if you guys pay attention to it, but just check out the pool. We actually deposit UPT into the pool every month. I just add it like it's a staking on UPT node. We consider it that way, so we're treating it that way. So by holding NFT, you actually increase your UPT holdings every month. We do that. So we announced that last month. We've been pretty much quietly doing it every few weeks. And there's also listing liquid staking tokens in there that also deposits UPT. So it's great for the community, great for the holders, but also it's great for the DePin projects, because it really is a strong holder community. And I think if anyone's interested, you guys should think of it that way. It's also a great marketing community that'll promote your project. So
yeah. All right, so go check that out. Again, that's x.com/DPioneerCats. And on there, you'll find the link to the Discord or DePioneers.com. And if you are on Discord, look for us. But Tim is on there. He's really holding down the fort there, so that's late for work. And just hit him up. And we hope to see you soon.
Yep.
All right.
Awesome.
I do like that cat call. I think that's what we should call it. The cat call.
Yep. All righty.
Okay, guys, I think that's it.
Yeah,
right?
that was a fun one.
All right, thank you. Guys, we will see you online. We'll see you on X. We'll see you on Discord. While you're on Discord, please show our mods and our Rocketeers some love. We see some of them here in the chat. Always happy to see you guys. And we will see you all next week.
Yeah.
And when Prism goes out, if you run a website, try it out. So log in,
Yes.
try it out. It's self-service. No invite required.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.
Thanks,
Cheers.
everyone.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.